One of the things that I mentioned yesterday was the VIX crossing the 19 level, and that should be something that we should be worried about. It crossed that level, but however, it came back down. Okay. So we had that spike up, a sell off that we saw, and then it came back down and normalized. Now, this trend line for me is very important. Will we continue moving up higher and staying within this trend line to move all the way up to, let's say, 30, where there's quite a significant amount of fear? Or are we going to consolidate for a little while during October and then break below, more complacency kicks in, and the market moves up higher in November, like I mentioned? For me, I think that scenario is a higher probability. This move, I think, to around 29, 30 again would take us to, I think, 6.5, 6.6 with the S&P. And then we would have to rebuild a little bit slower, maybe getting a Santa Claus rally rather than an early November move. You have to bear in mind that we also have CPI data. So we have CPI data tomorrow. Inflation could also be increasing because of sanctions against Russia, with US oil rising yesterday. But I think this that will come in maybe next month rather than this month. If this is in line with expectation and forecasts, then I think we get interest rates lowered on the 29th. And this is the reason why I think we can still have some bullish momentum going into November and December, and there'll be, maybe one final run for the end of the year. And then we might dip in the early period of next year, in my opinion, to then build up another run. But because we know that February is typically a very volatile and negative month. That's what I'm looking at. It's been a hell of a ride this year, if I'm being honest. It's been up and down, all sorts of news and events. Trump unexpectedly coming out and speaking on a Sunday, all sorts of events, geopolitical, economic, multiple factors causing volatility in the markets. But it's been a good year. When we get dips like the one that we did in March, that is a huge opportunity. And I really hope that all of you have been able to trade this opportunity here. So up until March, I was up around 7-8% for the year. When this dip comes in, we get lower prices on everything. Now I'm sitting over 85% for the year. So these significant dips that we get, even the smaller dips, these are good buying opportunities. Even if we get a nice dip here, a correction of around 5% in the markets, we will get a huge opportunity there to buy some of the best opportunities at a lower price.